I have overinvested by a lot.
See what happens, Larry?
Technology.
It just felt like streaming.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the early stream. Just now, whatever. There's some price action. It's power hour. There's 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Is that a joint?
Until the daily close. And, you know, what was happening yesterday is reoccurring after that false rumor of the government, Mt. Gox funds, all that. Okay, back to business as usual. Going back for that 30,000 test. Seems like we might see 30,000 before the day is over. And, you know, this the whole, I guess the whole, like, past couple days, the main thing has been, like, this higher low, this extremely subtle, insignificant, almost, you're almost unable to see it, but it's real. And that could have had some serious consequences, and that's still valid, right? It's still valid to say that the consequence of this slightly higher low than the previous low could turn into something substantial, at least for like an attempted rally where we test 31K again, or up thrust through the breakout point before then rolling over later. So, or we break 31K and there's nothing there till $40,000. So, or you could think about, you know, the rally taking us back to this upsloping supply line, extending that out, you know, heading on up to like 32,800. Something just to stay confined, because this is kind of like, right, this is the structure of consolidation you are contained within. A horizontal line and then upsloping line. Okay, and speaking of containment and confinement, Bitcoin dominance here, well, about to be making its highest high in years. And as I'm speaking to you currently, attempting a breakout of the Wyckoff accumulation range, 700 days, chat. What were you doing 700 days ago when this all began? I mean, when there was the selling climax in May of 2021. I mean, most of y'all were probably here. A lot more of y'all were here. That was for sure back then. But, you know, just up and down, he had to paint his signature, the composite operator, and now we are about to, you're on the cusp of breaking into phase E. And phase E is the markup phase where, you know, when you do break out, you'll go through a period of absorbing some supply and signs of strength. So a sign of strength would be an impulse out of this range, and then sideways consolidation would be your last points of supply, your LPYs, and then more signs of strength, and you could have more LPYs on the way up to 60%, which would be like the target for sure. As history tells us, that's definitely the level or the zone, right? Swing low, swing high, swing high, swing high, swing high, swing low. That's it. I mean, that's the big area in time. Now, it could take hundreds of days, maybe 100 days, maybe less. But like I'm saying, if you have a 700-day large Wyckoff accumulation schematic, and saying like even phase E could take a minute to get there. But that just means that Bitcoin's going to be outperforming everything in crypto for the most part. Could get an audio check, just make sure we're good there. Make sure we're okay. Audio's okay. Y'all can hear that. This is a good set I just discovered today, and it's a little different than our conventional deep progressive house where we're in Miami or a New York rooftop bar, but I dig it, man. I like it. Best of like jazz and 120 BPMs. Nice. Weird accent. Who me? I have a weird accent. Is this true? Do I even have an accent? Okay, so that's and then, you know, on the other side of the coin, literally, you have Ethereum to Bitcoin, which is the inverse, Wyckoff distribution, as it is today. I mean, that's wonderful. After hitting a supply line, there was supply. Hitting the 200-day simple moving average, tweezer top, bearish engulfing, it's insane. I mean, that was beautiful, right? And marking on down and heading on down to the bottom of the range. It's not going to be there instantly. It's going to take time because this is a very large schematic, but this is playing out to a T like the Jesus right now. So nice, man. You talk about TA respected, that's this type of stuff. Bitcoin dominance too. TA being respected, man. It doesn't always play out, man. Like, no one said it always plays out. I mean, even each pattern that is identified, you know, by Bulkowski and studied, there's no 100% or even 90% chance of a particular outcome. So the game of probabilities, when we have a game of probabilities that's greater than 50%, you know, we can strategize. You know, they play the long game, right? Play the numbers game. You're going to win over the long period of time because it's never about the one trade, it's about the many. Anyway, so beautiful stuff here, man. This is like a freaking... It's like, you know, Ethereum to Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance putting on a literal Wyckoff accumulation, like Wyckoff distribution sermon, or like a seminar, symposium. God. Beautiful. Okay, so let's look at Ethereum to US dollar, because we haven't done that yet, as we're just here early during power hour. We have 14 minutes till the closing bell on the stock market, where, and let me just look at Ethereum real quick, and it's, again, another higher low. Like, yeah, pivoting in a coin flip area, which is, yeah, that coin flip areas mean you flip your coin and go to 1730. You flip your coin, it goes to 1972. Okay, well, it looks like it's on its way to 1972, but only after making a higher low than the previous lows. Very nice. Okay, so not broken out yet. Still below the inflection points you really need the asset to be above. Okay, well, just give it time. It's going to get there, but it might be slow because Bitcoin is running the show right now in terms of dominance, performance, all that. So Ethereum's up 3% today. Very nice. Let's look at BNB, because BNB was also looking very nice, but just not performing like, you know, the way you would really want an altcoin to perform. This, like, why is this not broken out yet? Why is this not at 430 yet? Well, in time, it seems like it would. If Bitcoin's going to break 31K and go to 40K, BNB is almost certainly going to 430, or at least breaking 350. We know that. Lots of strength here. Tons of strength from CZ's exchange coin, BNB. You're breaking one part of the inflection zone, but again, 348, 350 is the big area. You haven't been able to do that. Even when this happened in November, it was a joke. It wasn't real. It was an actual bull trap. And so, and then before that, just never, right? So, very, very close. Breakout watch, you could say. I would definitely have your alerts set up and pay attention to this, because the weekly implies way higher prices. Okay. That's BNB, and then XRP, which, whatever. XRP is just, we know it's the monthly. You'd be trading the monthly. You don't even care. Every day goes by, nothing changes, but eventually it will change, where the higher low will get put in, and then it'll rally and it'll test 55 cents again. Then it'll eventually break it, but you might be like, you know, a year older. It might be many months, because this, I just don't know if there's enough liquidity in the market right now to just really make this thing explode. Like, which buyers are going to come in right now, or how could they, you know, on-ramp enough capital to an exchange to be able to push this thing to 80 cents. I just, you know, right now, I get it. Fundamentally, because of the SEC's like war on crypto in the States, it might make it more difficult. So, I mean, here's your weekly. This is, if you're an XRP moon boy, I mean, it looks fine, but just, you know how this thing plays. It takes forever. And it's like, yeah, man, you got XRP tip bot. Okay, cool. You hold it, and then eventually be at 80 cents. But again, it might be how many days? It could be, my God, could you wait 200 days? 200 more days? 150, 200 days? Seems very possible how long it could take. All right. And then it's like XRP to BTC. It's been a minute since I've looked at that one. I mean, you can't tell me XRP to BTC is not at a key inflection zone, but it's been at a key inflection zone since July of 2021. This is like, why? I mean, sometimes it pays to buy at ice lines, but then sometimes you deal with this where it just chops sideways forever. I mean, how many days now has this been pretty much at the near old all-time low from 2013? 665 days, man. Almost 2 years of just nothing. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, reminds me of YFII to the US dollar, doesn't it? What a joke. Awful. Below the 200-day moving or 200-week moving average. Ugh. It got down 3% today alone. All right. So just the only one of the only ones that I kind of looked at and I thought it was correlating to previous price action or level as well was Litecoin to Bitcoin. And it's not even like really, look at it, it's down 2.2%. It's like about to break. It's attempting to break a 2017 low. Yeah, look at this. The ice line's not really holding here. Hey, can y'all hear like any noises right now? Like any, I think my noise canceling should have it covered, but I'm just wondering if y'all hear anything like. Oh yeah, IB Chang, thank you so much for joining the Citadel last night. I really appreciate that, man. Here is your Jesus chimes. Much appreciated. Sassy boy, that's not true. There is none of that. That's not happening. So you're lying. There's no drilling going on. I don't know what you're talking about. I was asking y'all a question. So, oh god, Amazon and Intel earnings after the bell. Well, you know. I guess we'll be here for it. We got 9 minutes till the closing bell. Let us switch to the stock market just for a moment. Here's your total market cap, by the way. Here's Jonathan. Thanks, Sean.
I like turtle.
Yep. It's 1.18 trillion. Long way to go, man. Right, long way to go before you make a higher high than the previous high. All right, S&P 500. That just what a miraculous pivot here. It's just crazy, man. It's actually insane. Like, look at this. It was crazier on the futures, I believe, because it doesn't really. There's not a gap there. Like, right? I mean, you close at or technically below 4,058, and then today just gapped up and you rallied. You're near the highs, up almost 2% on index fund. There you go, man. All right. So, what was once a resistance support is somehow, for now, becoming a support again on the earnings reports and stuff. So, okay. There you have it. Big green day today, up and down. And the VIX got demolished. Things down like 10%. Back down to 17 or something. Let's see. Oh my God, man. Ugh, look at what happened. Like what was once the support in April 2022, it became like resistance and you're rolling over. Bearish Marabazoo action going on right now near the lows. Good God. They've killed volatility. They've done that. They did that a long time ago. The fact that the VIX never saw 40 last year is telling that they've killed volatility. They've learned how to tame it. They figured out, okay, volatility is what kills everything. So sedate it. Sedate volatility. I think they did that in 2018 too. And there were all these inverse ETFs of volatility like the XIV, and it got liquidated in a couple days. And that was like the big V-shaped crash happened in 2018. A lot of people don't even remember or think about, but that was there, and it had everything to do with volatility. Doing the same thing in 2018, man, way back. Yeah, right here. It was just like, I think it was, this was it down here, maybe December. Yeah, down here. When it shot up to like 36. Yeah. Wasn't that it? No, it was February. That's right. It was beginning of February. This was what did it. Yeah, it was just, look how long. Volatility, you know why. If you look at this chart, you can understand why there were so many levered inverse volatility index funds. Because of, look at this. There was never, and then in like a couple weeks, right? This spike happened. It went to 50. Liquidated all those inverse ETF funds. I mean, there were many funds that went under because of this one crazy spike and then the dump, right? So starting to deal with that a little bit. Not really. Nothing like we saw. And it's kind of like this too. All throughout 2021. Anyway, tamed. So I don't think you'll get any sort of circuit breakers until this actually spikes for real. They figured it out, man. They hacked it. Okay, let's go to Dow Jones. Hey, man, it pivoted. It pivoted. Yep. Crazy as F, right? Okay, it's roll. And okay. Yep, 1.58%. Still not making a higher high yet. So the argument for distribution is not dead yet. So we're still waiting for the rollover or the pump to finally give us higher highs for the first time since December. Because, you know, this high was higher than this high. So give me one more higher high. Okay, whatever. Still lower highs for now. And then, you know, the index or the NASDAQ, okay, you fall below. This is what I said this yesterday. It's like, yeah, man, you fall below this. It's not good price action. But of course, yeah, just we gap up tomorrow, just pump tomorrow. And that's Rudy Poo bullcrap market doing that. You know, back above all resistance. You've done it. You've broken back out. But there is this local level that, you know, has been going on since June and September of last year, and then February this year. You got 12,324. So are you ever going to break that? That'd be a big level to break because you haven't been able to do that like in almost a year. So cool. I mean, up 2.43%. Good God, man. What a squeeze. IWM, that, of course, never even saw 170, is breaking back above 173. Good God. After formally back testing yesterday. This is why I hate earnings. Earnings are just stupid, man. Like they just, everything's terrible. Fundamentally, we're going to a recession. If we're not in one already, things are bad. Doesn't matter, right? We're back above. We've broken back out the 2018 high. You're above it. You will close in 3 minutes above this level. We did it, man. I guess it's one low, the second low. Not really. Just give me some more time. Let's see. Still down in the basement, man. I think today was a great day for the index funds, but it didn't like completely get anyone out of the woods. What's up, Dow Jones? Okay, we got 3 minutes to look the closing bell. Let us look at Facebook, a big driver today, killed it, 13%. Look at this, just unstoppable run off nothing, right? There was no structure really. The only thing that really happened was a supply line was breached, and that's it, man. On a gap up and no back test, just gone, man. Sometimes it's like that, you know. I mean, look at this, what happened. Crazy. This ice line from 2018 was tested and rejected, you know, briefly, and then earnings. Oh, it's like, you failed to break resistance, and now you're gapping up, middle of nowhere. Not on high volume, really. I mean, on elevated volume, of course, you get that, but not like extremely high volume. This was like a breakaway gap. High signature is there, and certainly like the pullback, but never. That's a great textbook breakaway gap right down here. You got to wonder, is this the exhaustive gap, though? Where it has high volume, but the high volume is nowhere near what you would see on a breakaway gap. I don't know about that. If anything, I think this would bleed out to at least back test $218. Right? Market participants would like to see if this resistance could become support. They could re-add there or something. Crazy, right? Here's your Comcast Corporation. I mean, it's uptrending. Wow, up 10% today. Comcast, dude. Wow, headed up to at least 42, maybe 44. Good. This is earnings, man. Good earnings report. Top to bottom beat. A huge surprise, you know. I just like all these earnings. These earning beats are, you know, analysts last year lowered. I mean, all of 2022 they were lowering their estimates. So now it's easy to break that. Tilray, hey man, Tilray like up 9%, but who cares? I mean, it's below the all-time low. Look at this. Who cares about Tilray? People were talking about it in the Discord. I'm like, man, what? Below the 2020 low, going up to test it today. Kind of one of the first times. You gapped up too. There's an unfilled gap. What was once support from all-time lows years ago is now resistance. Just terrible. Oh my God. But cool. Maybe one low, the second low. Divergence? Yeah, a little bit of bullish divergence. Maybe it's a dragon pattern in a long-term downtrend. God, it's the dragon. But I don't trust a dragon. Break 244, we'll talk. Not till then. Look at that pullback. Wow. Okay, there it is, chat. Closing bell. We did it, man. Ding, ding, ding. The bell has closed. Mother of God. You want to see the most legendary dragon ever? Here it is. Taylor Morrison, all-time highs. On earnings. Killed it. Top to bottom beat. Wow. Estimate $1.32 EPS, and it was 174. Unreal. That is insane beat. What fib note are you at now? You've exceeded the 1272. Now you're exceeding the 1414. Wow. Beautiful. It's the dragon. Like, for real. Legendary. This will go in history books. It's a very devastating dragon that terrorized the countryside of Westeros, or Middle Earth, or whatever, you know. Or Detroit. I don't know. Very nice. Weight Watchers back up today. Okay, well, it's just, you know, broke away and pivoting and rallying back up to the resistances. Looks like nice. Pin Gaming. Oh, man. Wow. Hey, do we have a spring back test in the midst? Oh, my God. I hope so. Look at this level. I mean, tell me true. Like, it's the lows from 2020, lows from, right, May of last year. Buyers defending not just one, now the second. Is this Wyckoff accumulation? Right now we're in like working on phase D, beginning phase D, finishing phase C. Yeah, Google's good, man. I mean, Google's well, it hit the 382, pulled back, and now it's, you know, yeah, getting ready for maybe the 50% node. Beautiful. So Roku that reported earnings yesterday was flat, and then, oh God, it was up. At one point last night, yesterday, it was up 8% in the beginning. Now look how bad this is. Like, you have some of these assets we looked at, like mooning, oh my God, all-time highs or highest high in a long time, and then you got Roku over here that, like, before earnings fell below an ice line from 2017 and 2020, undeniable, right? You fell below it and closed at your lowest price since February 13th. And then here it was, where you gapped down. You were down after being up 8%, and now you opened down, got as low as 53.82, then rallied to do what? Another formal back test of 58.83 as resistance, and then closing below it. And you're down 0.23% after hours. So that's not like a good thing, man. That's not like, again, of course, tomorrow you just gap up. But if you're not going to, if earnings don't make you gap up, what is, you know? I mean, it'd have to be white swan. But that's terrible price action there. And you got like one high, and now the second high is substantially lower than the first high. So it's like double top, lower high, double top. And all happening below the 200-day simple moving average. That's bearish as F. I mean, this, again, of course, things change, just pivots and moons, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it's got the makings of a harmonic. Yeah, like a bat. Just come on down to 42.58 to complete. And maybe that's where that completes, and, you know, you react there and then type 2 return. And that could be the ultimate bottom on Roku. But that means you have a C to D wave to go, C to D, which is a large wave, just like the X to A was a large wave up. You got to have a large wave down to complete it. So I'd be waiting for 42.58. That means, like, if that happened, 42.58. It's like 25% downside before it got there. God dang. Okay, Tesla, buyers defended it. Oh my God. What consequence will this have? You know, like this level had marked. It was a high from September and October of 2020. Bullish engulfing candle, or close enough. Nah, it wasn't. If it wasn't a bullish engulfing, it was technically a piercing line reversal. So this is implying, if all right, we catch fall through tomorrow, you're already up 0.37%. We gotta go to Amazon. That means that a rally could, if you remember Japanese candlestick pattern happening at an inflection point, that's a good spot to identify it. Could be reliable. So if this is real and you catch fall through tomorrow, there could be a run to 180 to fill a gap and do all that, you know, to run to the next resistance. And that's fine too. Run to the 886, get another lower high, and then roll over later. So Amazon here, that was looking okay, is mooning. It's up almost 12% after hours. Yep, there you go. This is going to push everything up. I'm surprised Bitcoin's not going insane right now. Amazon right now, look where I'm at. Where my cursor is, 122. 11%, chat. Almost like the inverse Terra Luna fractal. Like one low, then the second low is a lower low, and then it develops the inverse head and shoulders, and then hidden bullish divergence on the right shoulder. And you broke out. You were already broken out past few days, right? And now it's just going on earnings. So killed it, man. For now, killed it. And again, like targets, there's not much here. Maybe 128, but 144 could be a hard target, or maybe even an 886. Someone could say, hey, it's a dragon. You could have identified it maybe as a dragon. Then again, you'd be going with 129 as a target, and then 144 if this was going to continue. So nice stuff. I mean, Amazon, this is the largest e-commerce entity on the planet. And you see what happened tomorrow with Tesla and everything else. That piercing line, market's going to go nuts tomorrow if this holds up. You know, before the open tomorrow. If at open tomorrow this all sustains, dang man, another huge day, and we could be going higher. I mean, this is wow. We were stagnating, but earnings stagnating because of earnings, and it seems like because of all the lowered estimates because of last year, it's easy to blow out earnings and then moon, right? So very nice. Amazon, and then the other one was Intel. That was a trade setup that had already played out at least 2 of the 3 targets. And it's bullish engulfing candle to close the day, and then up about 3% after hours. And wow, if this is real and you keep rallying, you could start developing hidden bullish divergence. Nice, man. Very nice. Triple bottom. The rare triple bottom. First target was, the entry was right around $25. First target was $31. Second target was $34.40. We didn't quite get to the second target, actually, right? This was the way it looked, right? It was March 3rd, and then it was like, okay, well, I mean, the sellers just failed for a second time to break. Like you saw it, they fell below, and the sellers failed, and the buyers defended the area, and it's like, okay, that's it. They just failed again. Okay. And then stop loss just below that low. Because this is all an ice line from history. There's context here on this. It's not just locally, even though you could trade it just locally, and then you're like, okay, cool. And so whatever, it's doing what it's doing, and like, okay, almost got there. It seems like it very well could if these earnings keep doing what they're doing, right? If these assets keep having, blowouts on earnings and all that. So, sweet, man. Let's go to Apple. Look what Apple's doing. Yep. Highest daily candle close on Apple since August 25th. It's broken the supply line of all supply lines, and it's heading on up to the 88% retrace, which is at 169.69. We'll say that. Wow, man. And still showing all that bearish divergence, but no sellers. When asks, you may never get them, man. I don't know. Warren Buffett, Munger, all them. This is how they keep their fund up, right? Assets like Apple and McDonald's. And then we could go to check out the aftermath of the earnings yesterday on Google. that is already at the 382, but you know, it's still like not doing what Amazon is doing, or it's not doing what Microsoft did. It's kind of just hanging out here, but that's okay. It's the problem is like there's bearish divergence, at least the RSI, not the MACD. But yeah, I mean, class accumulation, and then you know you could be headed to the 50% retrace would be the next target if you broke 109, which is 117 to 1819. You see these peaks from June of last year, and then you break that 125 is the top of the golden zone. So yeah, it's still going on. It's an active trade setup, but man, you think the way it was just stalling here, maybe that's it, the lower double top lower high in a downtrend, because we are in a long-term downtrend. I don't care what you say, we're still in one until events occur where you're recapturing previous highs and you're back tested to mass support. You cannot say we have reversed the overall long-term downtrend that we were put in last year. That's okay. Still in a midterm uptrend for now, though. Midterm uptrend in the long-term downtrend. Gotcha. Intel beat. Did it react though? More? I mean, I know they beat, but like it was up 3%. Nah, it's not really. It's a nothing burger kind of gap. I mean, if it's up 2%, that means it could be down 2% at the conference call. It's not like an Amazon being up 11% after hours is serious. That's like, oh, mega breakaway gap stuff potentially. It's still up 11%. That's holding up for now. You want to wait till the conference call because it could be all given back if they say something that the analysts don't like. But yeah, right now, working on a potential like mega breakout like Meta had and like Microsoft had. My God, man, breaking out, right, of the upsloping consolidation. It's crazy, man. Highest daily candle close on Microsoft since April 6th of last year. So wow, talking about like high size in pretty much a year, and breaking that resistance. It's insane, right? I mean, like, oh, setting up to be destroyed, and it just doesn't matter because earnings season. Earnings like, oh, screw your bearish stuff. We're just gonna gap up, we're gonna back test the breakout and then go today. Insane. So it looks like an 886 is upon us, or is in time maybe the target. 786 can float with some highs here. So 318 and then 333 at the 886 up there. Dang, man, crazy. It was on Google. So we looked at the big four. Okay. This is like kind of where the stories are, man. Like, I guess we go to, we haven't looked at like any commodities yet. So let's look at gold. Or like, what was really going on today? Sugar, another day, another multi-year high, just unstoppable. Like, how crazy is this, man? When Bitcoin do this? When Bitcoin moon, like sugar? Wow, man. Natural gas up 2%. Maybe it's trying to put in that second low, 1 and 2. It's all happening. I mean, like, you know, who knows how long this will chop, but this is all happening at levels where, you know, it's not the ultimate low, but it's near a low. You know, it's near like, hey, the 2012 low, the 2009 low. It's happening down there. So, I mean, you can't be that surprised if 1 and 2 has been put in. That mega bullish divergence now. Okay, so there's finally a structural development that we can identify that might imply that the sellers have tried and they might be relenting now. You know, okay, you got to make a higher, you got to break out. The breakout of the potential double bottom's $3. So you got a long way to go, but at least we got something back above 216, which is good. Interesting on natural gas. Let's see what happens. That's about it, really. I mean, like, notable gainers. Nothing else is really doing much today. Here's gold just at the reaction area, and not much of a reaction at all, just hanging out. Maybe it's just upsloping flag, you know? Good God. Like, what is just doing this now? Like, what the crazy flag? It'd be hyper bullish if it was real. Wow. Shoot, dude. High and tight and upsloping. The flag staff, as Bulkowski would call it, when it's upsloping as a flag. But again, this is just the area where you would think a drawdown would occur, but it hasn't happened yet. Because fundamentally, central banks buying more gold than they've ever bought collectively. So how could anyone, how could the sellers defeat all those bids? I don't think they could. So how does gold go down on paper? I just don't know. Shoot, man. And silver outperformed today. Gold a little bit. I mean, it's still up there, 24.84, still above that support. But you just don't. Who cares? It looks like maybe it's flagging or something. Monthly, you would own physical silver, physical gold, because the charts are on the monthly so impeccable that if they look that good on the monthly, it's going to take years maybe to play out. So it's like, okay, I can sit in an illiquid asset for years to get my gains, right? And then I can eventually sell it later, way later, during a mania phase or something like that, right? When it gets, gold's at $3,500, $4,000. Okay, people will easily buy it from you. You take it down to the gold guy, gold silver guy. And then copper was up today too. But dang, man, I thought, copper was like trying to hold on to the levels, and it's not. It's like back below 395 here. Yeah, it's below the levels it needs to be above, unfortunately. There could be a lot of downside on this, and it does almost now look like, got some classic distribution going on, isn't it? I was a little more optimistic about it, but it kind of reminds me of, look at the double top. These two highs testing a resistance as resistance, confirmation, lower than this high. That is so bearish looking now, right? The new data. And now the lower low. And it's like, oh God, it's not like gold and silver now. Or even platinum. This almost looks like, reminds me of a little bit like the DXY when it topped out. Right here. Pretty fugly, right? And speaking of the DXY, here we are, just nothing today. Just kind of sitting maybe at the bottom of a range, but we don't know. You're below the heart line of the mega channel that goes back to 2009. So this thing could eventually find its way down to $95. So 95, whatever. Local coin shop, yeah, that was it. All right, man. Oh, gasoline futures. We look at gasoline futures, triple bearish divergence. This is like almost a 3 drives pattern, a bearish 3 drives. But it's just, the highs didn't go high enough. Normally they go to a 1272, 1618, and they didn't. This is very proportionate though. So Matthew.
Hey Mitch, can you take a look at dollar Cocos? Yes, it's an S coin.
Yeah, Matthew L. Sure, we'll look at Cocos right now. Why not, man? Thanks for the first request of the day. Probably the only request of the day. I get it, man. Wow, it's strong. Very, very strong. Right now. Breaking out. Wow. I'm in love with the Cocos. Wow, dude. Yeah, this could be low risk. Yeah, this is insane. This is like breaking out right now. Look at this chart. Unreal chart. Great request, Matthew, by the way. This high from March of 2021, that was it. And it's like undeniable because look, the price action correlated in December 2021. Look, then it flipped to resistance in January, February 2022. And then it was resistance once more in March. And then what happened after it tested as resistance? A higher low than previous low. And now breaking the level with the bullish engulfing candle yesterday. And formally, as of today, what's happening right now is a bullish back test being confirmed, right? Only look, resistance, 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 resistance. Resistance, resistance. If you break this level and then back test it as support, I mean, it could very well be making the highest highs of the entire rally next. This is insane. There's nothing really here until you go back up to the 382 at $3 target from here, which, oh, no big deal, man. That's just like Cocos goes up 60% from here, conservatively speaking. That's one level. And then above that, $5. Cocos right now, if this is real, I'm just telling you what's happening right now. And normally what happens after these things are successful is way higher prices. So you have a formal breakout back test happening in the past 48 hours. Wow. Easy stop loss below, I think the lower part of the range, which is 165. Oh man, it'd be so easy. Even if it fails, whatever. The whole point of like trading is like when it fails, because they will fail. Nothing's certain, and it's all about probabilities. But when you do fail, you just lose out on minimal amounts, right? You could just have that stop right below this other level, like the candle high closes and wicks from 2020. It's just another part of this. And look, you could even take profit if you want to be really conservative, man. You could literally just exit at the friggin' February 19th high, but I don't know if that's going to stop there. That'd be one target. And then if you wanted to layer out, which you should normally always layer out, would be maybe a 618 just to be like, safe. And then at third target be 520, 525 there. Dang, man, it's just an S coin, but it doesn't matter. It's like what it is. Look what it's doing though. Oops, let me redo that. OCD. There we go. There you go. There you have it, man. Just a little, it's Cocos, man. It's an S coin, but S coins respect the TA. Not always. Not always, dude. Why not, man? It's just a breakout back test and trend analysis, man. And kind of a chart pattern because you're doing a double bottom. Like it's like a one low, then a slightly higher low, and then a breakout right after. So I'm not saying that anyone should long this, but it's educational because if this was Amazon or Google or anything else, it's the same way. We would identify and we'd talk about the exact same things. So you're just praying for Bitcoin because if Bitcoin ascends soon, this thing gonna do those things. Nice request, man. Hey, man. One request on the day. One trade set up on the day. Not bad.
Mitch, I asked you about IIPR in the 80s. You said the pattern completion was $66. It's almost there. When is a good time to enter again?
You asked me about it in the 1980s? Oh, in the 80s, the price, yeah.
Uranium ETF. Weekly/monthly, see a jump in volume.
Uranium. What's up, Kirk? BD Kirk, thanks for the simultaneous contributions. We'll look at those. Sure. Yeah. One of the lowest caps on buy. And Paul, that's the problem, man. I mean, yeah, it's an illiquid S coin. So good luck. But I really think that the education is far more important. All right, you don't have to take action on this. You know it. I'm telling you right now. Very low liquidity, very low volume. But the things it's doing right now are impeccable that you'd be looking for on mega caps, on anything. Gold, silver, Google, Nvidia, cocoa futures, the actual commodity. Sugar, doesn't matter. This is the same stuff you're looking for. So just pay attention. It's educational. There's value involved with this asset because of what it can teach us or you and what I'm showing you. Okay, this is from smart people. I'm not smart. Okay, let's go to uranium because he tipped it first technically, even though the TTS went off. Oh god, dude, you know what I'm talking about? Like just the biggest chop ever. Look no further than uranium. Just all lower highs. I get it, man. It's like a descending triangle almost, you know? But sure, I mean, it's just at this level. It's been at this level since August 2021, man. I don't...
Almost feels like Amazon leaked. No reaction from crypto to earnings is bizarre.
Yeah, Biddendorfer, I don't know, man. Really don't know. That's what you've got going on. It's just a descending triangle of sorts. Distribution with a buy wall, and you're near the apex. So, like, that means resolution soon, whether it breaks down or up. It could certainly break up. There's no real edge. There's nothing implying it's going down next or up. It's below the 200-day moving average, though. I don't really like that. I don't really like how one high, the second high, third high, they're all the same, and they're all lower than this high, and this high is lower than this high. It's like downtrend stuff. Below 1936 is the inflection point. You're like right at it, right? And then you've got the local low at 1818. So, say spike in volume. What? I don't see any volume. Make of that what you will. Resolution soon, and an inherently bearish structure, but just because it's a bearish structure inherently doesn't mean there's not a chance it can't break upward. Like, this is a supply line. If you break that, it's a breakout. It already had a false breakout February 2nd. So you wonder if the next time it broke out, it'd be real. It doesn't. I mean, you got to break $24 to really get going. So, yeah, we'll see. Resolution soon, though. That's one thing we do know, right? Look how close you are. By July, you'd be hitting it if you went sideways. All right, thanks, dude. Let's see here. IIPR, almost to the target for an area to pay attention. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, it finally did it, didn't it? Wow. I guess that was a good investment, you know, because if you were thinking about owning it, dude, how much you said you requested this in the 80s and we're like, wait till the friggin' 60s. So what does that mean? It lost like 25% of its value. It finally got here. Look, you're at the reaction area. Now, sometimes you don't react, and you may never react and you just collapse from here, capitulate. I think if you just fell below this level and then made it to $42, that'd be capitulation, right? Because capitulation is like the levees break. I mean,
Can
like,
we take a look at
complete
Occidental
disregard
Petroleum?
for support. This is a support. So, Chris, in Miami. Yeah. Occidental Petroleum. We'll look at it. Thank you, man. So, like, big ifs. I mean, you're at the area where you kind of fell below it, though, didn't you? Let's, like, really look here. Yeah, you closed at it. That was the first back test of the level ever. But after hours, you're at 0.88% because everything in the world's up kind of after hours because of that Amazon beat driving the market. Those are market drivers: Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple. So normally I'm not one to be like, hey, I can't wait to long an asset when it finally hits a support for the first time instantly. That's a scalper's thing. Normally, I like to see some sort of consolidation there, some sort of price action, a double bottom, an inverse head and shoulders, a spring, a back test of spring, something, or a type 2 return, which is that double bottom of an M shape. But yeah, this is certainly an area like where if you get back above $68, $67.96, there could be a nice run. There could be a nice reaction up to like 107. But just understand, if it reacts and runs there, it's probably going to roll over and retest 67 again because market participants love confirmation. So you're normally looking, if you really wanted this, the best thing, this is the Scott Carney way, right? I mean, like, this is what you'd want. You'd want one low, then the second low, and then an edge divergence on the second low. That would be textbook and like utopian. But yeah, we're here. You're at the level where we'll win reaction. You haven't done it yet. Up 5.6% though. Back at a key level. Dang, dude, chat is as dead as it's been my entire streaming career. Shorts don't help. Nothing helps. I mean, I don't even know. It's cool. Lasers, you know, expensive lasers don't work either. Nothing works, dude. Just non-entertaining. You got lasers, look crazy, sophisticated lasers. All right, let's do we have another one? Yeah, Occidental. Okay. I mean, it looks bad. Right, it looks like really bad, but to me it looks like the trend's beginning to reverse, like there's distribution going on, and you have confirmation of distribution now. You topped out, same highs, and now what's going on very subtly, quietly. This is why I love the 200-day moving average always happening on my chart, because it's a good way to like interpret, okay, not just are you making quiet lower highs that are about the same, you're also you're now like regarding the 200 as resistance. That's normally not what you do. In uptrends, you regard it as support, right? Look at this. That's the correlation to the 200. And now that's shifted. That's now changing. You're making lower levels here. So, of course, I mean, insane, like, you know, what a run it's been on, dude. It's been a great run. And it could continue, but I'm just saying, right? Like, that's what's going on right now. And no problems really until you're breaking $54 to $52. Like that's the danger area. But yeah, and there's also like $58 too. Yeah, a lot of data here, but you are sideways as F, right? Super sideways, and locally you've got this going on. So I don't know. Earnings coming up. It's just gonna beat and go to $87 in 10 seconds, you know, like everything else. But I'm just saying, right? For now, that's not really good price action you want to see. You normally want to see buyers defend the 200 and make higher highs, not lower highs consecutively. So that was the last request. Okay. Underwhelming early stream. What do I think Bitcoin will do? Again, right now, I never act like I know where Bitcoin's going. No one technically knows where Bitcoin's going truly. They can say that. They'll be like, oh, I know where it's going. Don't listen. I know. No, they don't. They don't. They're actual liars. So I have integrity to say I don't know. But I can tell you that Bitcoin's been uptrending, is at near inflection points. It's been consolidating up at these levels, and the most recent discernible event I can see on the daily was a very, very subtle higher low. And then before that was a higher high. So those are really good things. Those are like, hey, if this is actually real, I mean, the next step could be the highest high of the rally, which would be breaking a key inflection point at 31K, which means like 40K, insane markups, like crazy hype in the chat, viewer count, likes, all that stuff, right? But until then, it's just gonna be, we have not done those things. We have not broken the levels. But I'm just saying that is a seriously good thing for now. Yeah, the trend is certainly still intact, and you have not even come close to it. $36,000 is a 38% retrace, which is a joke, which is oh, it's common. an asset will commonly go up 38% from its highs to lows when it bottoms out. It just makes a common retrace. And then it can reverse at 36K. But 38% retrace is just the beginning of the golden zone. The golden zone goes to 618, which would take you like over 50 or maybe $48,000. So just that's what I could take from it. And the Bitcoin dominance chart is about to be entering phase E, and we're talking it took 700 days of confinement within that range, and now we're maybe today breaking it for real. We had a thrust to do it. We pulled back, but then sign of strength, just pivoting at a very higher low and just running again, trying to re-break out. Yeah, chunk down for sure. Hadn't seen many of those these days, huh? Nope. But yeah, 31K. Breaking the 31K will be an insane stream. I would think. I would hope. Unless I really am like dead as a streamer, then maybe not. But we'll see, I guess. I guess we'll put it to the test. Wow, Chris, so you're new? You learned more about trading in 2 days in the Discord than holding for 4 years? Damn, man, that's amazing. Cheers, dude. Yeah, the thesis on miners, gold, silver miners, still good. You know, it's just like, you know, they're not going to be going insane when gold and silver just consolidate. They went on their run. Now they're just going sideways. Like they're just sitting, consolidating. Yeah, it's harder for miners to really do anything during that. Even though we know like that's kind of amazing market conditions when Bitcoin consolidates. Normally, so I don't think we've gotten there yet, right? We're not quite there yet, clearly. And again, maybe the thinking is like, again, the SEC waging war on crypto exchanges, therefore it's impossible to compare the amount of liquidity that could on-ramp into crypto to when you could before. That might have a big reason. That might be seriously the reason why it's hard for these altcoins to catch footing and actually make higher highs than the previous highs, and Bitcoin dominance breaking out. But normally, during times like this, right, in the past, Bitcoin's been an uptrend, and then it does this, consolidates, for 5 weeks. That's normally when altcoins go insane. They're making higher highs. The trade setups are going, hitting the third targets, second, third targets. They're like, okay, cool. But that's not even happening this time. And looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart, that's what makes you think that they really have. The SEC has actually successfully done, I guess, what they were set out to do. But that being said, the mega caps, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB still look great. I mean, I think BNB looks second best, and then Bitcoin's the best. Supporter, man. Yeah, early stream. I don't know even why. I just did it because we were kind of rallying and the closing bell because stock market was going nuts. And now it's like, what have I done? Been live an hour, so I guess I could end it anytime. But thanks for the 2 people who joined the Discord today. Wow. Dude, it's like 1932 for my streaming career right now. That's what it feels like. It's okay. I mean, there are plenty of people out there with no integrity and, preaching not messages of risk management, proper position sizing, traditional technical analysis. Algo? Yeah, we went Algorand. Yep. Let's go to it now.
Hey Mitch, what a consistency. You're like our clocks in Switzerland. Reliable ASF. Grin, thank you. Could you please check August?
Yeah, maybe send over a type 2 here. I mean, this would be insane. This could be it. I mean, this is actually what dreams are made of. They could be. You keep selling off. Okay, screw it. But now Algo has come back down to a very key level. I mean, this is it, dude. Look at the low from September of 2019. You're completing an M shape. You didn't just complete the M shape. You're now completing the whole Scott Carney method, right? The type 2 is attempting to be put in. You don't know yet, right? And we know for certain now, if this is where it's going to pivot, you are going to be getting bullish divergence. And with that going on, that's like an entry. This is like where someone would enter along to trade a harmonic type 2 return with bullish divergence. This is it. This is the area. This is like the entry price right now. Stop loss, pretty simple, because why would you want to own an asset below 16.3 cents? There is no reason in the world why you would want to own it, because it would be falling below the ice line that was defended in December. All right, so real easy to strategize an entry and a stop loss, and definitely a what I think to be take profits would be 27 cents, the top of the harmonic here. So of course it could fail, but again, for the sake of education, mother of God, it's just like there's not much else you need besides a Japanese candlestick reversal, right?
Nice work, brother, and thanks for everything you do. Could you take a look at Dash?
What's up, Brant Audio? Thanks for the 15. Yeah, we'll look at Dash. Sure. So this is the way, and this is it. 3-to-1 reward to risk. Pretty incredible, isn't it? It's like, you know, there's nothing about it. Like, people are like, I don't care about algo, but look at it. Look what's happening. You're at the basement with a completed harmonic with the type 2 with seller exhaustion on the second low. The only thing that would be better is like a bullish engulfing candle or some sort of trigger candle, and that hasn't happened yet. I think second target, you either be like that, and then you would go, I would say the second target would easily be 35.
What do you think about a double bottom or triple bottom inverse on BTC playing out?
So Eric, I don't know, we'll look at that, okay? So does anyone, do you understand, like, traditional technical analysis not about like knowing where an asset's going or making a call? It's legit just like, okay, the things that we've studied have presented themselves to us on a chart at a very strategic area, because history tells us it's strategic. It's where we can set up our stop below that and this low from December. And then if you get stopped out, it's not really a big deal. You lose a little bit, a few cents per coin, but the possibility of making this much, you're risking 1 to win 3 to win 7 almost. Trend is down. I know it's been down, but this is, again, it's a reversal schematic virtually. Okay. Just give me a sec. And unfortunately, you know, like I still think it's Bitcoin party time. It's not altcoins, and you know, who knows how the performance of what the performance of this would be, even if it played out. You know. Yeah, I hope it plays out, man. That's the beauty of it, man. We don't know where an asset's going. We don't have to know where an asset's going next to make money. The only expectations we have when we go long or short is that something will happen, not what we think would happen with a higher probability, right? There you go. Citadel members. Hand delivered, hot and fresh. Just need Bitcoin performance, and this thing will do it. But let's look at the algo to BTC chart. You know, like, is it implying? Good God, that's terrible, dude. It's like all-time lows. This doesn't help your argument at all. This is free falling below its lowest low ever, and that was back in January 2021. This is disgusting. Yeah, no help here on the algo BTC chart. So again, it's cool, but you would want this to be like breaking back above 718 and holding, double bottoming or something. That's what I'm saying. Like we'll identify it. I still think Bitcoin will run circles around algo, but algo's got the predictable pattern. And again, I think Bitcoin has a subtle higher low put in, which could have dramatic bullish consequence, meaning the higher low that Bitcoin put in could very well manifest into the breakout of breakouts. And remember, it's all about like a higher low is not just, oh, it's a higher low, whatever, I don't care. Those are market participants. Those are buyers and sellers. And that's information telling us more people own Bitcoin April 23rd than they effing did in March. To me, I think that's a huge tell, even though it's very subtle. You can barely tell.
$Cocos/$BTC chart, kind sir.
So Matthew, thanks, dude. Yeah, sure, we'll look at it. Let's look at the next request was Dash. Thanks again, Bit Florist. Good job, dude. Very good job. Clocks in Switzerland, bruh. Need to get over to Scandinavia one day, man. See, Dash. Old Dash. Well, I mean, I guess think like that. Is it making a higher low here? I don't know, man. Like you got bullish convergence going on. If you pivot here, it's just another higher low of all these other higher lows. $56 is the breakout point. Kind of a dragon, maybe X, A, B, C. Maybe you're completing the C wave right now. The C wave went to the D wave. You'd be going up way higher. You'd be breaking out, but it's not over yet. I mean, you didn't take out this low until you take out this low. You're, I guess, technically fine. It's just like I'd prefer to see Dash $6 higher, because if you're $6 higher, you are breaking the level of levels where the consequence would be insane. December 18 low, 2018 low. Still, that's good. Yeah, give me a higher low locally, and you're good for way higher prices. It's just, man, compared to Bitcoin, joke. All of them are just jokes compared to Bitcoin for the most part. Okay, could be a double bottom locally. But let's see some price action, man. It's hard to do that. We've already discussed why. SEC's waged war on all these exchanges, so therefore it is very difficult to get capital or liquidity into these markets, these crypto markets right now. It just is. Fundamental shift. You got to know that. And the Bitcoin dominance chart on Breakout Watch. 700 days breaking out. Wow. It's a big deal. There you go, Brant. Thanks, dude. All right, Eric was like, what do you think about a double bottom or triple bottom inverse on Bitcoin? What does that mean? An inverse double bottom, inverse double top? Eric, can you type? Or are you saying like it's about to double top, or it's about to double bottomed? Could you maybe explain a little more? Double top. Oh, sure, it could double top. It hasn't yet. The most recent discernible event is a higher low pivot. You have not pivoted making a double top yet. No. But yes, of course that's possible. Dude, anything's possible. Anyone asks, can that happen? Yeah, it could happen. Of course. I mean, you have not broken out, right? I mean, you're above 28.8, which is amazing. So good, right? I think that's the hard target. That's the national championship. No, I'm sorry. That's the semifinals, which are always normally a more difficult game than the national championship game. It's normally the easier game. I think you've broken that level for now. You're breaking it today. You didn't break it yesterday. You're re-breaking it today, and so you might need to back test it, whatever. But 31K is the big one. I mean, or that's like the top of the inflection zone, I think. So Sure, you could double top, of course. You about to double top or triple top? I don't know about triple top, but maybe double top. But again, like the higher low getting put in is a sign of strength, in my opinion. So, what's up, Andrew? Oh, it's amazing, dude. Yeah, it's beautiful artwork done by Wayne Batson himself. Hello? Is it gonna play?
Harmonic pattern poster arrived. The family is now all learning as I put it in the front room. Let's go Gould and Drock on me.
All right, Golden Drocks around, mustard bottles for everybody. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate it. Yeah, then there are other ones, right? There are 2 other posters. I would prefer. I mean, I would recommend the. It's a little bit more expensive, but the quality is so much higher. The canvas prints, where they're already like up on like wood or something like that. It's not. You don't have to like pin them or whatever. Unless you wanted to frame the poster yourself, you could do that. Just more work and time and money. So yeah, canvas prints are where it's at for sure. I'm well, New York Leagues. So vanilla. Oh, New York Leagues is friggin' Dustin. What's up, dude? Living the dream down here. Cocos to BTC. Next request. Last request so far, right? Cocos to BTC is only on one exchange, it looks like. Yep, MEX. It's almost the same picture, man. It's almost the same freaking type of chart, isn't it? Yeah, no back test or anything. I mean, there's the scam wick right here that you're trying to break above right now. I don't even know how I would regard that, but it's similar looking to the US dollar pairing, isn't it? Very similar. So yeah, what happened? A low, now a higher low, now a higher low again. So you're definitely, and then a high, then a higher high. So you've been uptrending, and now you've pivoted, putting in a substantially higher low than the previous low, which is really good. So you're going to probably attempt a rally, and that could take you to the deep retraces, probably around 10,000 sats, or not 10,000, whatever it is, you know, maybe a million sats, I don't know, or less. What is it? What is it? 100,000 sats, something like that. No, Paul, I told people to watch The Last Kingdom. It's amazing. Oh, it's good, yeah, but I love like the historical. You know, it's not like completely historically accurate because like there's no, you know, whatever, but like a lot of the stuff in it goes by history and stuff, and I like that. And it got me going down a rabbit hole. And there's a new movie out that is like the epilogue to the entire show, and it just came out like this month, and it was really good. Yeah, the Battle of Brunanburh, which was like the most legendary battle during that time. Probably the most legendary battle of that time up until the Battle of Hastings. Yeah, I would definitely watch the show first. Absolutely. It goes in chronological order with history. So yes, you would definitely do that. Okay, wow, that was it, man. I don't know, not much to really do on this chart. It looks like it's uptrending, it looks fine. So, yeah, go with the US dollar pair, you know, and just make sure the stops are set up. But I understand that, like, it's so illiquid that maybe it could be dangerous. I don't know. Yeah, this is like the really disappointing stuff going on some of these altcoins, man. Like, you know, third low gets put in on Bitcoin Cash, and then like it rallies lower high, and now another lower high of 133 was back tested again as resistance, and then rolls over, It's struggling, you know, it's like below the 200-day moving average. It's just so disappointing price action. Again, I think if Gensler didn't wage war on crypto, this would be a completely different story, different chart right now. But the good news is, until you fall below 105, for real, you're fine. Like, you could just put in another higher low and show even more accumulation subtly. Yeah, stuff like this and Dash and Zcash, all of them just rather disappointing, you know, like performances lately. And that's what I'm saying. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, those are the ones, man. Probably. So like BNB just looks like, oh, we're about to go up $100. We're about to go up 20+%, 30%. Yeah, Succession is good too, but literally nothing even. Like, you can't compare Last Kingdom and Succession. They're not even the same thing. Ultra the Bebbenbug. Yeah, man. Yeah, Succession's good too. I don't know. This season, kind of not that great. Kind of like, what? I don't know, man. Not really impressed by this season, but I get it, I guess. I'm like watching the show now. I'm like, okay. Anyway. Dang, ICP's up 7. Look what happened to this one, man. Like, it's the dragon. It hits its first target, and look what's happening. I mean, you just can't feel bad about this. You know, it's like hidden bullish divergence now developing on ICP. And you want to talk about spring back test? This is a spring back test. This is a double spring back test. This is like, you know, there's a zone, right? And the bottom of the zone was back tested first, and now you have the secondary spring back test. And guess what's going on today? A bullish engulfing candle after that. Only after the test was the engulfing presented. And now, because of the engulfing, waning negative momentum, which again starts maybe implying a continuation, where you'd be seeing 744, a second target of a dragon, and the top would be $9 way up here, the top of the range. It's kind of gorgeous, man. Beautiful. Yeah, BLG, you know it, man. Yeah, I stopped watching Billions after like the 4th season because they went all woke and weird, and it's like clearly the writers, it was just all political, and the most shows and movies are like that now. So that's why I love like learning about history and stuff and space, because it's just like there can't really be a political agenda hijacking anymore, like on those subjects, you know. So get my mind off of it. Wow, ICP, beautiful, dude. Absolutely beautiful stuff going on this asset. Please pay attention to this right here and the engulfing. The trigger candle could be a re-entry, recumulation area. I didn't see it, Brad. I didn't see what they did to Lord of the Rings. I know you're talking about, though. Yeah, that's fan fiction trash, you know. Adam's up 6% today. Okay, cool, but just chopping and lower high. Only lower highs. Give me win higher high. You haven't made an effing higher high since September, man. Yeah, Brad, I'd never. I just let Nerdrotic watch for me. and then I know his take on it, so just yeah, Jonathan, I agree. Sol, man, look at Sol. Look at the price action to this like level here. Above the 200-day moving average, working on a bullish engulfing candle today. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's just going sideways and could dump, but like kind of somewhere you could maybe strategize. This is the bottom, man. Like this could be like a bottom. Low risk area for a lot of upside. This continues. I know, of course, like these two highs are higher than this high. Could be an M shape in the making, but for now, when you're above $21, you're okay for a lot of upside. Did James Webb debunk the Big Bang Theory? Well, I didn't know about that. It's kind of groundbreaking. Surprised I haven't heard about it, but stuff like that doesn't make the news anymore, you know? Matt Damon coin. Look, Matt Damon coin, you know, broke the supply line, held the supply line, is now testing the 200-day moving average today, and breaking it takes you to 8.7 cents, and that's a mega level. Almost reminds me of the seafood chart. Look, yeah, I mean, that's it. That's everything. It's like 9 cents. You break that, you could be going to 18 cents. So they're down here and they're doing things. They're just not performing as well as Bitcoin. Digibyte's still hanging. It's like, I know, man, 84 years. But dang, man, can't say it's not there. It's not trying, by the grace of God, to double spring back test and hold. Man, this is a good set today. I like it, man. Okay, well, I don't think Bitcoin's done today. I really don't think it is, man. We got 3 hours till the close, and I think you're going to see 30K again. I think you're going to see actually the $30,133. I think you're going to see that again today. Which are like, it's like one wick, January 12th, 2021, and another one, May 18th. It's just there, man. And above that, it's like a candle low close from January 20th, 2021, then a wick from May 23rd, 2021, as well as June 8th, 2021. And then those are all support. And then it flipped to resistance. It became a resistance area. And that was an incredible, back in May of last year, knowing the level and having this zone plotted on chart really helped us gauge what was actually happening. And it was a rising wedge too. And that lower high right there was like, we're about to collapse, man. And we did collapse. It was beautiful in a bearish way, but man, we're not here to we're not keeping the markets up. If the market looks like it's about to collapse and we're able to identify and preserve our capital, that's incredible. So it draws down because it was going to do it anyway, and we're able to identify that it looked like it was going to do it. Okay, great. Sure is better than not understanding TA and levels and how price action correlates and what lower highs represent locally after a failed test over and over and over. Yeah, right around there. Sailor's break evens around 30K. Yeah, I know when Bitcoin was at 31,000, Michael Saylor was actually up on his entire position, right? His average position. So we do know that. Nikolay, what's up? Dimitrov, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Thanks for saying something in the chat. Let me know that you enjoy it. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Yeah, I've been at this over 5 years now, and it's been a crazy journey to say the least. We've all made a lot of money together, but you know, it's not always about the money, man. It's like the hype's fun too. The hype's in a lot of ways more fun than the money. Yeah, he just subbed the channel like 7 minutes ago, chat. So he's had the ability to type for 2 minutes and says those nice things. That's amazing. Hex falling to the ground. Dude, I told, like, someone was, and of course it may not even get there, but some guy after the live stream, you know, the video becomes static, published video, and Hex had fallen below 6.8 cents. And I'm like, look, man, you don't have really much of any support. I mean, the 3 cents is the big one. And since it broke that level, it's down 23%, and it's at its lowest. It's about to have its, like, you know, in 3 hours, it'll have its lowest daily candle close since February 16th. And it's like, look, man, the dude in the comments was saying, like, I can't believe you would trash Hex like that. What the F? I remember what he said, dude. It's like, so you're like saying I'm trashing somebody because I'm trashing an asset because I'm just talking about inflection points, right? Can't really find it now because my internet has to be connected to the laser on my phone, and in my old phone, apparently the Wi-Fi technology isn't good enough. It can't do this. Like when I try to use this old phone to communicate with the laser, for some reason it can't like it'll try, but it'll, like, the laser will be all messed up. It doesn't work. It's insane. Technology, man. Yeah, he did take the chart. He took my analysis personally. And I'm like, dude, if you fall below this level, there's a lot of tremendous downside potential. It could take you eventually to 3 cents just to test the low. Because there was never a back test in February. And dude was like, you're just trashing Hex, man. You're just a Hex hater. I'm like, what? No, I'm not. You should have been here the whole way up. TA was respected so many times on the way up. And the top, too. The top was like called with TA. This laser is extremely powerful. This is what, like, professionals use, DJs use it, like, you know, big events and stuff. This is the top of the line laser. Powerful. I mean, you can tell, right? I mean, that is, like, serious. It doesn't even look like a laser, right? It looks like, oh, I just have some program set up on my computer to make it look like it's there. No, like, thing's literally going. Oh, and it's like there's just so many things you can do on there too, man. Like, screw around with it. I don't want to get too insane, but I can actually eventually, once I get I'm gonna have to get like another phone or something to make this thing work, but you can do so many things. So you can have like clocks and you can have games and stuff. It's weird. Sorry, I have it on the I'm just screwing around, man. I don't know. Like, waiting for Bitcoin to do something, right? So many cool things. Anyway, I don't want to, like... You can also have, like, logos and stuff, too, right? Like, you just saw mine, but you can have, like, crypto logos and all that, too. Look good when like Binance breaks out. I'll have it like this. It's the Binance chart or Binance coin, man. How cool would it be if I could have it set up so whenever I change, you know, charts, I go to Bitcoin and then it's like Bitcoin. Crazy, man. Well, Uniswap's back up 4%. Still doesn't matter. It's like awful, man. Some of these altcoins just not enough liquidity to really make them go. Like Ethereum Classic, just so disappointing. I mean, like, as long as it makes a higher low than 1666, it's just accumulation or whatever. But geez, man, just underperforming Bitcoin, bad. Man, I really hope not. I hope the laser doesn't do any damage to my jerseys. Like, there's no way. It's pretty far away and stuff. So Bitcoin's just gone green on the 4 hour for a second. Actually trying to... Let's look at this 4 hour here. Wow, look at that, man. You got to take out these highs. Otherwise, it is just a lower high again. And I mean, that could end up just... Oh, it's a lower high. That's bad. I mean, that means less market participants involved. So then all of a sudden, it's like neutral. Then it becomes like contraction, where you make like, oh, it's a higher low, but then a lower high. And all of a sudden, man. So you want the next discernible event. I'm sorry to say, you want the next discernible event on Bitcoin after this higher low to be a breakout, to be making a higher high. And that's the trend. The trend has been up higher highs, higher lows. So the next thing, you want a higher high. And we're just hanging out, man. It's like, we'll see. We got Monero, Litecoin, and EOS, and Ethereum, man. Ethereum's beautiful, isn't it? And then, of course, everyone's favorite, XRP.
XRP going to the moon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, there's Cardano too, right? Hey, Cardano, man. And Bitcoin Cash. Crazy difference, right? There's Dogecoin. And then there's Dash, not too different than Dogecoin, huh? Anyway, yeah, it's a fun little toy. I've had it for a minute, but I couldn't get it working in Birmingham. I finally got it figured out here. What would be really cool is like having it out in my living room. That's where it can really do some magic on some of those huge walls I have in there. Sorry, no Pepe. Well, I could import it. I just don't have internet on this phone right now, unfortunately. Whoa, dude, whoa, chill. Well, we should just really have it like this for Microsoft, right? The earnings beat. Or Apple for making its highest high in a while, right? Anyway, we're having fun, man. Whatever. I'm just like, we're waiting on Bitcoin's like still working on the hype. Crow already broke the supply line. What? I already broke the supply line, man. Its next step is to run to that that resistance, the mega resistance. We already looked at that chart today, so you can rewind. All right, Bitcoin's climbing at its highest level of this new 4-hour, the 4-hour candle. Been around for what, an hour 45 minutes now. So nice, little strength. We got some time before the close sale. What's the daily going to look like? I mean, we've been looking at the daily. You got a way to go before you say it would. All right, Bitcoin would have to close slightly above $30,500 to have the highest daily candle close of the rally. You are not. That could easily happen today, and it would be preferable. You would want to see that after the subtle higher low here. Be sure to join the Discord. I know there's like 5 of y'all watching, but because the message just isn't enough anymore. Power hours in what, like hour 45 minutes? Hour? Yeah. We got a ways to go before even power hour. I know, man. It's like there's like no way I could make it to the daily close, man, unless the price action saves me, which price action normally does, right? When hype starts coming in. So pray for Bitcoin to keep this stream going, because I've been live now, you know, hour 42 minutes now. Dang, dude. Wayne Batson was eating California Pizza Kitchen 700 days ago. Kappa. You know, you check your credit card records, you'll probably know exactly what you're doing. Yeah, look at the square. I'm paying attention to Bitcoin. It makes its highest size. We'll do it. Whole square, man. Like, when's this earnings? It's coming up next week. So it's probably just going to gap up 10%. Stupid, you know, like on nothing. But it's in obviously a range. Right, you know for a fact it's in a trading range, and it's near the bottom of the trading range. If buyers cannot defend 55.82, you're going to $34, and it'll be fast. But for now, you're okay. Everything's okay. There's another creek right here. You have good earnings, then you're probably not going to break 55.82. You'll probably run back up at the top of the range. So everything's kind of like, you know, earnings now because of last year. The analysts, everyone's set it like it's T-ball now. It's like there's no more baseball. They're throwing it from a pitching mound. No, they've set it up like the ball's on like a little stand now, and all these assets, they're sitting at home plate. So it's going to be very easy, and you're already seeing it, to beat earnings when you had such a bad year last year. All the analysts lowered everything, all their estimates. Of course, yeah, we destroyed earnings. It's just like a false sense of like where the economy is, though. But the stock market is not the economy. I get that. I'm just saying it's kind of manipulated in a way. It's kind of how they screw around with the CPI. You know, the Fed does. There's your square. All right, Bitcoin. There it is, going back. Highs of the 4-hour. Getting close to the highs of the day. The highs of the day is $29,899. Let's just say, yeah, $29,900 today. So we're about $100 off, $120 off. Again, if you don't know what I've been comparing Bitcoin to, it's been 2020, the summer of 2020. All right, you had the Wyckoff reaccumulation back then. Right here. So it's very, very similar. But the difference, though, is instead of Bitcoin back testing the top of the range, it actually fell lower to about right here. And now it's doing this, right? So it's still making a higher low than the lows from even within the range, more accumulation, subtly. We're identifying that now. And you got to wonder what the outcome is going to be here. If history's going to repeat itself, because everything's valid, man. And here's the thing, Bitcoin only dropped like 15% or 14%, and Bitcoin here back in 2020 dropped 22% before rallying. So similar drawdowns and similar subtle higher lows. Well, I think it's awesome. The summer of bugs. Yeah, the bearish divergence on the daily underperforming is telltale, right? That's in itself a piece of information, right? Where it's like, wow, daily bearish divergence like that should normally perform a lot better, but it's not. It manifested. It played out. It was reliable, right? The drawdown, the 13% drawdown from the top. But the pivot on the higher, slightly higher low than this low, and now look at the strength coming in on the. It's just wow, you know. It can make one more optimistic than if you weren't making a slightly higher low than the late March lows. And the bearish divergence was performing better than it did, where you were again falling below that level. So no promo codes for the merch store. No.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
And similar-ish here on total, where traders settled up on the 21st of April, it is higher than where they settled up on the 27th of March. So signature is the same here, just underperformance here, where like, and this is, testament to Bitcoin's dominance and altcoins underperforming, where, you're still down about 6% from the high there. But now Bitcoin, okay, 6% down on total, and then Bitcoin currently is only down 4%. So from its highest high, from that April 14th 31K level. So Bitcoin is marginally outperforming, well, by what, 33% or something? No, you can't say double top yet because it hasn't pivoted and rolled over. What happens if this isn't it? What happens if like a few hours go by and we're way higher? I mean, just you don't know yet. There's no like pivot. You're gonna wait for those pivots and stuff. So Legion. Well, I'm sure this will continue to ascend to the next 2 hours, 36 minutes, but it's just not. We've looked at like all these assets. I don't know. I did like the stream format and stuff. What else can I do? So I just hit spacebar and look at thousands of charts. All right, I guess I'll just leave y'all to it, And don't worry about it. I'm sure if you like, there are other people live that are doing similar stuff to me that are far superior, so and more entertaining and more fun, and they provide more value. So they're going to be there. So go watch them, and I'm just going to get out of here. So thanks for watching. Till next time, respect the TA. Thanks, Jason, for the merchandise purchase. Enjoy, man. Cheers.
We don't say rising into love. Well, now really, when we go back then to falling in love and say it's crazy, falling, you see? There is in it the idea of the fall. And goes back, as a matter of fact, to extremely fundamental things. There is always a curious tide. We don't say rising into